Myles Frost, hey, thanks for joining us again on WTOP, the hometown hero station here, sir.
Oh yeah. Thank you for having me.
Now, I want to tell our listeners, if you want to see the full life story of Myles Frost, check our archives out from a couple weeks ago. We went the whole journey. It was great. Your mom with the iPad in the back of the talent show,
Oh yeah.
Wooten High School, Bowie State University, the whole thing. So definitely check that out. But today we want to do a follow-up because you are the youngest individual actor ever to win a Tony for Best Leading Actor in a Musical. We were all rooting for you. Congrats. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. It feels magical. It really does. And I'm just so blessed and honored to it's still marinating. Like it's still, when you make history at such a young age, and it's like, all right, what do I do with it? I don't know. And especially being that this is my first, Broadway show, and I'm so new to this world. So to be given such a big honor, I'm really trying to digest it still.
Well, just enjoy it for a while. You don't need to worry about what's next now. You're still in the thick of it. Just like enjoy it. This is the wonderful little period where you just soak it in. What was it?
Yeah.
Tell us, what was it like sitting in the audience, and did part of you not expect them to call your name? Did you secretly think and hope that it could happen? Or what's that moment like when they actually say it?
Well, I went into it very, very humbly. I knew there's a possibility that they could call my name, but I said at the very least, actually at the very most, I just want to enjoy this first experience with my mom and my sister, and the people that came to support me, and just really just enjoy this moment for the first time, and just be surrounded by so many talented people, beautiful people.
Yeah.
And when they called my name, that was just the icing on the cake. That was really just the icing on the cake. And I try my best to slow that moment down, because I know it can be super, like, overwhelming,
Yeah.
making history and winning at the same time.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to slow this moment down. I want to take a chance to look at my mom and see her face, and just have those images in my head that I'm gonna carry with me for the rest of my life.
Now, on the way to the stage, I'm going to break this thing down, so we talked about, what it was like when they called your name. Now, on the way to the stage, I saw
Yeah.
you doing a little of the Michael where you're throwing the hand to the side, snapping on the way up to the stage.
Oh
Were
yeah.
you just feeling, and when you're in, by the way, when you're at the podium, you say, I just can't control my feet.
Uh-huh.
Were you
You better
feeling it?
stop. I'll put you on stage now. But no, I was feeling it. I didn't know what the song they were gonna play, um, if they did call my name. So when they called it and I heard "Beat It," I said, "Well, let me go ahead and do the choreography." And I was feeling that. It felt like the right moment. And and when I was making my speech and just trying to explain how I was feeling, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Sometimes music can, just explains things that words can't in a particular moment, and that's what it did for me.
Yeah, and you actually take us in. I mean, I'm sure you had a speech prepared. So was it important for you to open up with "Ma, I made it"? I mean, your mom must have really loved that. Not to mention what you said about her and your dad. And I know you have a lot of love for grandma too. But like, was it important to weave in the family in your speech?
Well, I didn't have a speech prepared. All of that was from the heart.
Good. That's better. That's better.
You know, I yeah, I didn't prepare a speech. I was like, if I win, I'm just gonna say what I feel. That's what's been getting me here. This the authenticity of how I'm feeling in that moment. And I know, I felt like God was just gonna say whatever I needed to say and touch on the things that I needed to touch on and thank the people I needed to thank. So I trusted him with it. And one of those things was me having to pee, because that was the truth. And I definitely had to pee. And it was funny because I had just told my girlfriend sitting beside me, I was like, I gotta pee. Like my category was coming up, and I was like, should I go now? I
Yeah.
don't know what I should do. Then when they called my name, it's like I forgot that I had to pee. And so I was standing on stage, and I was like, oh, I forgot. When you're sitting down, it's like it's easier to be cool with it than when you
Kind of
stand up.
hold. You can hold it, but it's a long show, so
Yeah. But it was a beautiful moment that I got to share with my mom, and just and give a message, because I wanted my speech to be funny, I wanted to be impactful, and I wanted it to be heartfelt, and I wanted to pay homage to the people that got me here, and the first and foremost, that person being my mom.
Absolutely. Well, it was all those things. It was touching. It was funny. It was self-deprecating. I gotta pee. It was great. It was absolutely great. All right, cool. So then you have that award in your hand. You're walking off the stage. What happens next? You go backstage. Are other famous people greeting you either backstage or
Yeah,
at after
yeah.
parties or what?
Yeah, so I'm walking backstage with Adrian Warren and Aaron Tveit, and they're kind of taking me, ushering me backstage. And the first person that I see that shakes my hand is Cheetah Rivera. So I was like, "Oh,
Oh
wow!"
my gosh. And she's a DC native too, and
Yeah.
originated West Side Story started here at National Theater before they took it to Broadway. And you're from around here too, so that's kind of a synergy right there.
No, it really is, and funny enough, I'm actually nominated for a Cheetah Rivera Award. So that was an interesting full circle moment as well. Um, Yeah, and we took some pictures, and then one of the publicists asked me. They said, "So do you really have to pee?" I was like, "Oh yeah." So then I gave him my award, and then I went to go pee. We came back and finished taking pictures and things of that nature. But it was a beautiful experience. It was.
I love it. I love it. And speaking of sort of the DC connections, you mentioned, Cheetah Rivera, but I know you're the best actress in a musical, Jakina Kalakango, was she starred in The Mountaintop at Arena Stage down here in DC. She did
Yes,
Seeing
yes,
Business at the Kennedy Center. And then of course the big top prize winner, A Strange Loop, started, I don't know if it started, but I think maybe its second stop, I think, was at Woolly Mammoth Theater in
yes,
DC.
yes, yes.
So tell me about, like, how cool is it that these DC area shows are going and dominated Broadway?
It's people don't understand, like, there's so much talent in the DMV and in the DC area, DC metro area. And first and foremost, I'm proud and honored to represent us and to be a representation of the talent and the gifts that are down here, or down there, and just to be one of the spearheads of that and represent, and just to acknowledge all the origins of where we come from. There's a lot of people in my cast who are from Virginia, from Maryland, and this is such a beautiful thing, and I'm so proud. I'm proud.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, after, I guess, I know we're kind of short on time, but I want to know, did and have since then, it's you've had like a couple days, or like what, about a week now, to let it sort of settle in. Yeah, a week ago yesterday.
Yeah,
Or no, less than a week.
yeah,
It was,
that's
oh gosh, yeah, it was like Monday.
yeah.
But yeah, well, this will run Monday. So yeah, a week as this airs. Have you heard from Bowie State or Wooten? Have you, they reached out, even if it was on
Yes.
Twitter or a phone call? I shout out to your old schools.
Yes, yes. I got contacted from President Bowie. She is amazing, Dr. Rush. She's amazing, and I'm just so thankful and appreciative of all the love. I've had so many people from Thomas Wooten High School that have come down, and from the Rockville area, Gaithersburg area, Bethesda area, DC area, that have come since then, and just expressed how proud they are of me, and just repping the hometown, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess just if there are other students either at those schools or just anywhere around the DMV or around the country or the world, because now you're globally famous to anyone who follows Broadway. That's got to be wild. But yeah, if there's any other young and up and coming actors, actresses, what do you want to tell them in terms of, hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a little deeper than that. I think that my advice would be, don't say no to your don't deprive your future self of an opportunity based on how you're feeling in this current moment. Because if you compare how I am now to when I first got the role, I didn't even have a fourth of what I have now.
Right.
And if I was back, in that mindset of, well, I don't know, it's Michael Jackson. I don't know if I can do it. You know what? I don't think I have it. I don't think I can do it. It's too much pressure.
Yeah.
If I did that, I wouldn't be talking to you now.
Right.
And so I feel like God is not going to dangle something in front of my face if he wasn't serious about it. So I took it, and I poured my heart and my soul and my passion and my life into it. And even if I fail, I can fail knowing that I did it. And honestly, if for all the young people out there, this is the time to fail. This is the time to take risks, because there's less collateral,
Right.
collateral damage. Because the older you get, the more things you have to worry about, if you do fail. So I think this is the time to do that. and this is the time. I'm sorry. This is the time to be fearless, and just grab it by the horns and do it.
Awesome. That's great advice. I guess final seconds. I know I said this is the time to soak it up, but do we
Yeah.
know hints of what might be coming next for Myles Frost? I mean, I guess you're still doing MJ on Broadway. So and that's gonna just run. I don't know how long, but are you eyeing other roles? You're just focusing on MJ, or what's the deal next? You think?
Yeah, I definitely want people to get a more of a taste of who Miles is, outside of MJ. So there's definitely gonna be my own music coming out soon, but outside of that, like a lot of bigger projects are definitely in the works. And just I know that taking the work ethic that I've learned from MJ and applying it to all other facets of the things that I really want to embark on is whatever I do next, it's gonna be huge, it's gonna be big, and it's gonna have just as much of an impact, but it's just gonna be as Miles Frost. So I
Well,
can't
we
wait.
can't wait. We can't wait to see what you do next. Thanks so much again for joining us. Second time here.